lights up on the interior of a quaint little house. We are currently in the room of, what we can assume, is a young boy, judging by the decor around it. There are various robot toys, sports related items, etc. Soon, a narrator is heard speaking. Once upon a time, in a quaint little house, in a quaint little town, there occurred a most incredible story that happened to one particular family, the Millers. The Millers were a seemingly normal, ordinary, loving family. There was a mother, a father, and two children, fraternal twins to be exact, Emily and Edwin Miller. On cue, Emily and Edwin come onto stage, giggling and playing with one another as they do. They plop onto the floor of the room as Edwin begins to reach under his bed.
Okay, Emily, what board game shall we play today? Monopoly? Risk? Sorry? The game of life?
The game of life. Sorry is kind of boring. We've played Monopoly to death, and you know I get confused by the rules of Risk.
The game of life it is!
Edwin struggles and grunts a bit as he tries to pull out, presumably, board game box.
Uh, hang on a sec. Darn, thing is stuck.
Maybe if you didn't stuff every conceivable thing in your room under that bed of yours, you'd be able to get that game out quicker. Unless you want to lay under your bed.
Ha ha, very funny.
Here, let me assist.
Emily reaches under the bed with Edwin, and the two kids, in unison, pull out the board game.
Gotcha.
Thanks for the assist, sis.
But of course.
Edwin begins to set up the game, talking as he does.
I gotta admit, I thought you were a Monopoly maniac. I didn't think you'd choose something other than that.
Are you kidding? I love the game of life. Especially when it comes to the option of getting married. Gosh, it makes me envision my wedding day and what it will be like.
Blech, not me. I'm not ready to start being all goo-goo-eyed and mushy with some girl.
Mom says that soon you will be. I know I've already got a boy in town I'm crushing on.
Yuck! Who's the unlucky winner of that competition?
Simon Bell.
Simon Bell? Oh, Emily, no, for goodness sake. Anyone but him. He's so annoying, and he's always trying to hang out with my friends and I. Oof, not to mention he is but ugly, too.
He is not ugly or annoying. I happen to think he's very sweet and handsome.
You'll make quite a pair then. You could be the gruesome twosome.
You big jerk.
Emily frowns and turns away from Edwin. Edwin, after a few moments, sighs a guilty sigh. He feels bad about what he said. Slowly, he taps Emily on the shoulder.
Can I help you?
Hey, listen. I'm sorry, okay? I was a major butthead back there. It's just that I want what's best for you, sis. I don't want just any fella to be your boyfriend. I want you to find the best thing ever. 'Cause you're the best sister kid I could ever ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I tease you when we fight sometimes, but deep down, I love you, sis, and I'll always be there for you. I will always protect you, even when Simon Bell trying to smooch you with his dry, chapped lips.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, Emily, kiss me. Kiss me 1,000 times. You're so pretty.
Let's just play the game, King Dork. We'll worry about Simon another time.
With that, Emily and Edwin hug briefly, then begin to play the game as the narrator speaks. Yes, even though they were brother and sister, Emily and Edwin were, you could say, the best of friends. Edwin was devoted to his sister, and he always strove to protect her from the horrors and evils of the world, including one that happened to be right in their own home. We soon hear the front door of the house slamming shut, and the mumbles and grumbles of a man. Edwin and Emily both look up in unison from their game. Soon, their smiles fade into looks of sadness.
Oh, great! His Majesty is home.
Ugh, I hate it when he comes home. He's always in some kind of bad mood, and he takes it out on us.
I know.
What if he comes up here? Ugh, I just can't stand the thought of it.
Just let me handle it.
But I don't want him to single you out, Edwin.
I'll be fine. Just shh. I hear him coming up the steps.
A correction from earlier. The Miller family was a mother and a father. A year or so before, the mother and father fell out of love, and it was deemed for the best that the two go their separate ways. So, Edwin and Emily's father moved on, and in moved a stepfather by the name of Graham, a man who Edwin and Emily most certainly did not like. The door to Edwin's room slams open, and in comes Graham. Emily timidly hides behind a stone-faced Edwin, who shields her. Graham has a serious, almost evil look on his face as he eyeballs the two kids.
Hey, Graham.
Hi, Graham.
What are you two little brats up to, huh?
If you must know, we're playing a board game.
This room is a pigsty, Edwin. I told you to clean it, didn't I? And don't you have homework to do anyway?
It's Saturday, Graham. Me and Emily both did our homework on Friday afternoon. Not that you pay enough attention around here to realize that.
Are you talking back to me, you little punk? Giving me an attitude?
And what if I am, huh?
Edwin, stop. Don't get him angrier.
Let me handle this, Em. Graham, if you're just gonna be an asshole with no kindness in his heart, then just get in my room and leave us the hell alone. Got it?
A long, ominous silence. Then, Graham frowns and strikes Edwin across the face. Emily gasps as Edwin collapses to his knees.
Edwin! Oh, no. No, that's enough, Graham! Please, stop! Oh, Edwin, your nose! Oh, gosh, no.
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
Don't you ever take that tone with me again, you little snot rag. And don't you ever use language like that under my roof. You got me?
Yeah, whatever.
Graham lets out a grunt and begins to go off stage. But Edwin frowns and points a shaky finger at him.
I hate you, Graham. I hate your guts. This isn't your roof. My dad is the one who put it over our heads, not you. You'll never be my dad or Emily's dad.
Keep it up, tough guy. You'll be sorry. That's your only warning. Edwin frowns and spits at Graham's back. Graham freezes at this and frowns as well, but he slowly grunts again and heads off. Edwin turns back to Emily and, wiping his nose again, he speaks.
Let's go back to the game.
I don't want to play anymore.
Okay. We can just sit here and relax. Would that help you?
Emily nods and Edwin slowly, gently, puts an arm around Emily's shoulder and speaks in a soothing tone.
Okay. That's what we'll do.
Thank you.
Em,
Uh-huh.
I've got to tell you something important. Promise to never forget it.
Promise.
Em, if something happens to me sometime in the future, and I'm not around anymore. Look right at Graham as a suspect first.
Edwin, please don't talk like that.
I mean it. If he tries to take me somewhere, just the two of us, like to a store or something, tell Mom or a cop, anyone, and make sure he's watched like a hawk.
Edwin, you're scaring me.
Promise
Please.
me. Promise me, Em.
Edwin holds out his pinky to her for a pinky swear. After a moment of silence, Emily shakily pinky swears back with Edwin.
I promise. I mean it.
Thank you. I love you, sis.
I love you too, bro.
Lights out and scene change as we hear the narrator speaking overhead. Emily tried her best to keep this promise to Edwin, but, as some promises tend to go at times, she forgot about it and went on with life. Unfortunately, on one particular day about 2 months later, this broken promise come back to haunt poor Emily. We soon fade up, and we are in the living room of the Miller house. Emily is seated on a couch, talking on the phone. She is bubbly and giggly as she speaks.
Oh, Simon, thanks so much for helping me with that math homework. It was such a pain. Mary's birthday party on Saturday? Am I going? Well, I was thinking about it. I mean, are you gonna be there? Yeah? Well, then so will I. Oh, someone's at the door. I'll talk to you later, Simon. Bye.
Emily hangs up and goes over to the door and opens it. Slowly, solemnly, a police officer comes walking in, removing his hat as he does. Emily is instantly on edge.
Hi, officer.
Sweetie, is your mother home by any chance? Annette Miller?
No, she's still at work. But she should be home in about 10 minutes. Is something wrong, sir?
Why don't we wait till your mother gets here, honey?
Officer, please tell me what's going on. I'm a nervous person to begin with.
What's your name, sweetie?
Emily.
Can you promise me you'll be strong, Emily? I'll tell you, but you have to keep a clear head. Okay?
Okay.
Well, you have a brother named Edwin, yes? And a stepfather named Graham?
Yes, that's their names.
Emily, there was an accident about 20 minutes ago. I don't know the full details yet, but I do know that unfortunately, your brother Edwin, he's gone.
Gone?
I'm sorry. Emily opens her mouth to speak, but no sound comes out. Tears flood her eyes as she takes a shaky step forward. Soon, she collapses onto her couch as the officer, alarmed, goes to her side. Emily? Emily, are you okay? Do you need an ambulance? Talk to me, honey. Come on, deep breaths.
No! Edwin! No! Oh, God!
With that, Emily begins to sob into the officer's chest as he consoles her. Lights out and scene change. We are soon in a funeral home. As some somber music plays, we see an open casket where Edwin is laid out, looking peaceful. Emily, now wearing a black funeral dress, timidly walks to the casket and stands before it. She tries to speak once, then twice, but each time her emotion gets the better of her. She soon lets out a withered, miserable sob.
Edwin. Oh, Edwin. I'm sorry. I broke my promise to you. I should have done something. I should have watched more carefully. Now you're gone. Gone forever. And it's all my fault. Oh, Edwin. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, Graham comes onto the stage and towards the coffin. He doesn't seem particularly broken up. In fact, he almost seems nonchalant. He nudges Emily with his hand. Come on, quick, crown the coffin. Let other people have a chance. I said, come on. Move it.
I don't know what you did, Graham, but I know you had something to do with this.
Excuse me?
You know darn well what I'm talking about. You did this, didn't you? Didn't you?
You're making a scene, you little brat, and you're embarrassing your mother and I, not to mention yourself. Be quiet.
I'll figure it out. Somehow I will. You won't get away with this, Graham. I hate you. I hate you.
So help me God, if you say one more word, I'll beat the living daylights out of you when we get home. Now shut up and get the hell away from that coffin. With that, Graham storms off. Emily, shaking, emotional, turns back to the coffin and leans down towards Edwin's face.
I promise, Edwin. I promise. I'll figure out how this happened. You have my word.
Gently, softly, Emily kisses Edwin's forehead, then, wiping tears, she heads off as we black out and scene change again. This time, we are in Emily's room, and she is seated by her window, gazing out into the night sky. For weeks after her brother's funeral, Emily was inconsolable. Nothing could cheer her up. Not her mother, certainly not Graham, not her friends and classmates. Emily felt miserable and alone. Then, one night, as she looked out her window, gazing into the sky,
Oh, Edwin. Edwin. I'd give anything for you to be here right now. Things have been horrible these last few weeks. Mom is too busy with work and dealing with funeral expenses to console me. My friends can only do so much, and Graham, well, he just keeps eyeballing me, keeps staring at me like he wants to do something to me. Oh, Edwin, I'm so frightened.
a beat. Emily slowly clasps her hands in prayer and closes her eyes.
I wish on every star there is in the sky, on every angel who could possibly hear me. Please, please, bring my brother back to me. Somehow.
Silently, Emily wipes her eyes of tears, then goes over to her bed, gets under the covers, and dozes off. Several moments pass. Then, soon, we hear a bit of commotion outside of Emily's window. Somehow, almost by some magical force, the window gently opens, and a black cat slowly comes into the room. It looks around at its surroundings, seemingly familiar with it. Soon, the cat hops onto Emily's bed and nuzzles her chin and cheek. The cat meows a few times as if trying to wake Emily up.
What? Oh my goodness! Oh, where on earth did you come from? I left my window open? I'm not usually that scatterbrained. Gee, you must have climbed up from that tree outside. Oh, you're sweet. Friendly little thing, aren't you? Ah, you poor cat. Are you alone too? Like me? Well, why don't you sleep here tonight? Tomorrow we'll figure out a bit more about you. How's that sound? Oh, I guess that's a yes. Okay, well, good night, Edwin. Sorry. I guess I just had my brother on the brain. But hey, it appears you're a boy cat, so maybe you'd like that name. Well, we'll just make Edwin your placeholder name. Edwin the sweet, friendly cat.
Emily gently cuddles the cat to her, and she peacefully drifts off to sleep. Blackout and scene change. It is the next morning. Emily is seated at the kitchen table eating some cereal, as the cat is seated on the table, almost like a bodyguard. Soon, Graham walks into the kitchen, eyes the cat, and stops dead in his tracks. What the hell is that thing?
A cat?
Well, what's this cat doing in our house,
He wandered into my room last night. I'm trying to figure out who his owner is. Don't worry.
Well, figure it out quickly. I want that flea-bitten thing out of here by the end of the day.
It might take me longer than that. It's not that easy.
Did you hear what I said, you little brat? I want it. Hiss at me again, you dumb cat, and I'll knock your brains in with a hammer.
Don't you dare speak to Edwin like that, you big ape!
Excuse me? Edwin?
Yes, that's his name. Edwin.
You named him after your brother? Your dead brother? You're a brat and you're a nut job. Ah! Little bastard tried scratching me. If I see this cat here tonight, you're in big trouble. Graham stalks out of the room with the cat hissing and bearing at him the whole time. Emily frowns and gently pets the cat.
It's okay. He's gone now. Big, horrible ogre is gone. But hey, thanks for doing that, little Edwin. I appreciate it.
For the next few weeks, Emily and Edwin, that is to say, the cat Edwin, were an inseparable duo. Wherever Emily went, her cat companion was there. He'd even follow her to school some mornings. And Graham did not like this one bit. As the narration goes on, in 3 different pastiches, Graham is seen angrily eyeing the cat, then picking him up and tossing him away, as if throwing him out of the house. But no matter how many times Graham threw the cat out, it always found its way back. We see Emily seated on her couch, watching TV as a new scene comes up. Graham comes into the room, eyes Emily, and frowns. Get out of here and do your homework. I want to watch the basketball game.
Mom said I could watch TV for a while. So leave me alone, Graham.
Who are you, little?
Hey, you! I haven't seen you all day. Where have you been,
I drove you 6 miles away and threw you into a field. How the hell did you find your way back? Graham is suspicious, but keeps quiet as he walks off. Lights out and scene change. It is later that evening, and Emily is laying on her stomach in bed, writing in her journal, as the cat keeps watch over her just next to her.
Goodness, I'm hungry. What about you, Edwin? Are you hungry too? Let's see if I can find you some tuna. And me? Some leftover pizza.
Emily stands to exit her room when suddenly the door slams open and Graham is standing in the doorway.
Graham? What the hell are you doing? You scared me.
Shut up! I don't know what you're up to, but you're doing something.
What are you talking about?
You and that cat. Ever since that little vermin showed up, suddenly you act like more of a brat. You talk back to me. You roll your eyes at me. You're nasty. What, did that damn cat teach you to be disrespectful to me? Huh?
You're psycho. It's just a cat.
I said shut up. You're the one who keeps letting that cat back here, aren't you? You're the one who keeps him here. To go against me.
Letting him back? I never even knew he was out of the house to begin with.
It's because I keep throwing him out. I hate this damn cat, especially since you named him Edwin. God, you'd think I'd never hear that name again after I got rid of him.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Your brother? I killed him. I couldn't stand him. He was always back talking me, always sassing me. He thought he ran this house. Well, he was wrong. Me. I'm the one who runs this damn house, not some snot-nosed kid.
You killed Edwin? Oh my God. You murderer! You horrible murderer!
I sure am, and sure did. That stupid little punk thought your mother was picking him up from school. But he forgot she had to work late. So, I picked him up, drove to an abandoned construction site, and strangled him. Nice and neat. I gave the police a sob story that he had an asthma attack, and the idiots bought it. Can you believe it?
I'm calling the police. I'm calling Mom at work. They all need to know about this.
Graham has grabbed Emily by the wrist, pulled her back roughly, and led her over to the nearby open window. You're not calling anyone.
You're hurting me. Let go. Let go.
I think maybe, just maybe, there might be a second tragic accident to happen to this family. Say, you falling out this window and breaking your neck?
No. Help. Someone help me. Help me.
Suddenly, the cat screeches and leaps onto Graham's face, biting and scratching at him. Graham lets go of Emily and backs off, stumbling as he does. Ah! Get him off me! Get him off of me! Emily can only watch in horror as Graham stumbles further and falls out the window, the cat still clung to him as he does. Ah!
No!
Emily looks out the window in sheer numb horror and shock. Then she collapses in an almost faint. Blackout. We soon light up in a hospital room. Emily is sleeping peacefully, no doubt worse for wear from what she saw. Graham befell the fate that he had hoped to inflict on Emily. He fell out of the window, and his neck was broken on impact. He was gone. Forever. And what of Emily's newfound friend? Her cat? Well, neither the police nor EMT workers spotted any cat nearby when Emily mentioned it. It was almost as if, now that his job was done, the cat didn't have to come back. Silently, in the darkness of Emily's hospital room, a figure approaches and kneels down beside her. It is Edwin. He is dressed in all white and has a pale look to him. He gently strokes Emily's hair, then manages a small, faint smile.
I got him. Emily, I got him. For you. Rest easy now. I love you, sis.
Edwin backs off into the shadows. Soon, the window to Emily's hospital room opens, again almost by magic. A few seconds later, the cat slowly walks across the room to the window and leaps onto the sill. We're now certain the cat was Edwin as some kind of a ghost. The cat meows sweetly and softly once, then he slowly leaps out into the night as our story ends and we fade to black.